Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pankhuri, Associate Professor at Jagannath University. So today we will discuss the topic control. Control is the key element of effective management. Why? Because the control is in hand of employees so that they can attain their performance level with the regularly controlling the things, activities, or we can say supervising or guiding in a particular manner. So relatively said that the control is in the hand of the manager only, but for self control is also an important element of control. Meaning of control: to have a control is to have the power to run something in the orderly way. Control in management includes setting standards, measuring the actual performance, and taking the corrective action in decision making. So control is basically, first we need to set the standard, what we want to achieve or what we want to attain. So the setting up the standards or the objective, and accordingly we measure how far we go in attaining those goals. Then if there is some lacuna or some negative aspects, we have to overcome this with taking some corrective actions and taking the action and review it also. So control is also a continuous process. Next, definition given by the Henry Fayol. Control is an undertaking consists of seeing that everything is being carried out in accordance with the plan. Whatever we plan, all the things are going according to it or not, which has been adopted, the order which have been given, and the principle which have been laid down. Its objective is to point out mistakes so that they may be rectified and prevented for reoccurring. Next is EFL breach. Controlling is the measurement and correction of performance to make sure that the enterprise objectives and plans devised to attain them are accomplished. Whatever we have the plans that need to be accomplished. Next, need for control. There are the points why we need controlling system or controlling authority or controlling events. First, to detect error and irregularities, there must be the no error, no irregularities, the workflow is in the smooth form. That's why we need control. To create awareness of opportunities, what opportunities we have, we need to identify this with the help of the control. To increase productivity, to establish the standards, the objectives, or we can say the benchmarks that we want to attain. To take the corrective actions, where there is the loopholes, we need to take some corrective actions. To compare the performance versus standards. Performance is the current thing and the standard that we have already set. So we need to compare it, and where are the gap, where we identify the gap, we need to work on it. Next, to monitor the performance. Last is to help the deals with the changes and uncertainties. Whatever the uncertainties in the market, first we need to identify them and cope up with them. Next are the principles of control. There are so many principles of control. Few are the principle of reflection of plans, principle of prevention, principle of future directed control, principle of efficiency of control, principle of organizational suitability, and principle of action. Let's discuss it in detail. First, principle of reflection of plan. Planning and controlling are the two sides of the same coin. They go hand in hand. They go simultaneously. If we plan something, we need to control at the same time. So, if the firm has a clear and complete plan, then it is much easier to make the control system for the firm. If the planning is proper, then control system also be in the proper form. Second is the principle of prevention. The concept prevention is better than cure. After occurrence of any problem and then we took the decisions or took the steps to control it, it's better to take preventive action first. So the concept of prevention is better than cure will apply to the control function as well. So the system of control must not only focus on improving the deficiencies and solving the deviations from the standards. Next is principle of future directed control. Whatever the things or the events are happening in the future, we need to control it right now. So the function of control is not simply the feedback system. Actually the control feedback forward operation. Whatever the feedback we get, we need to work accordingly. Next is principle of efficiency of control. What type of efficiency or what is the level of efficiency we want from the operations which are going on in the organization. So the principle of efficiency of control is applicable on it. If the company goes overboard with setting up a control system, then in the long run it could be harmful to them. Principle of organizational suitability. What kind of control system is suitable or efficient for the particular kind of organization. To have an efficient and effective control system, the organizational structure of the business must be clear and well integrated. Next principle of control is principle of action. The function of control is justified only if the positive remedial action is taken. After reviewing the performance, whenever we came to know there is a gap, what actions we are taking to prevent it is the principle of action. Next, principle of standard. Standard we already discussed. What are the benchmark and what are the goals that we want to achieve. Next is principles of assurance of objective. That includes that whatever the objective we set, we have to work accordingly to attain those objectives in the certain time period. Next is the process of control. The first step is setting the performance standards. Setting up the performance standards is also include the setting up the objective or setting up the goals. Next, measurement of actual performance. Then we took the action to against the setting the performance standard. Whatever the standard we have set already, we need to work accordingly. Then measure the actual performance. What is the actual performance level? Then comparison of actual performance with the standard. With the already set standard, we need to compare it, how much we attain the objectives. Then analyzing the deviation. Where is the deviation? Where is the where we are lacking? We need to identify that, and then taking the corrective actions. Next is the techniques of management control. First is the personal observation. Few are the traditional techniques of managerial control and few are the modern ones. The first is the personal observation. That is after observation we can identify where control is required. Next is statistical reports. The reports, break-even analysis, budgetary control. Identify what is our budget, what are our financial plans, and then how much the performance level affect our budget. Next are the modern techniques of managerial control. First is the return on investment. Whatever we invest, how much return we get. Next is the ratio analysis, then responsibility accounting and management audit. With the help of audit, we can easily understand where the performance is lacking. Thank you.